And welcome back, everybody. Aesop Grim here. This is the continuation of our Bannerlord Chronicle, and there's a few things that have happened. I was practicing offline. I actually started to try to record, but things happened to interrupt me a number of times, and so that's why we're not here anymore. We're over here, and I'm in pursuit of this group right here. We've got them beaten 187 to 133. However, we're not going to go after them. Number one, from experience now, because of what I just mentioned, I've tried to record a couple times and had to stop and reload the old save. This actually, whether by composition or by me not really being very good, this is a really tough fight. Sometimes I win it, sometimes I lose it. And so I'm going to avoid them altogether because I'm trying to learn how to win wars. And I get the feeling that winning wars involves joining large armies and sieging down castles. Okay. So the other thing, also I want to let you guys know, I went outside and shoveled snow here recently, and I have a little bit of a wheeze as a result of that. So if that comes across the mic, or if I have to mute mic and cough, or God forbid if I miss the mute mic and I cough in your ear, please forgive me. You know, I'm just giving you a heads up. I wouldn't say I'm sick anymore. I don't feel sick at all, but there is still a little bit of a wheeze. So, what else? There were other things I learned. Performance stuff. Maybe this will be helpful. Remember how I've been complaining, guys, about how I look at other YouTube videos of Bannerlord and I don't see that green or red smoke that I get, and I don't see the flickering mountains in the background that I have, and I kind of figured that's got something to do with my NVIDIA card or my NVIDIA drivers. Something's going on there, but I didn't. I also kind of figured there must be a fix to that because other people aren't showing it, and it's not like NVIDIA is not popular, right? Well, I found out what it was, and I'm going off memory off this, so you'll have to Google to get the specifics. But basically, I have all my Steam stuff, all my games saved to a separate partition. It's called my X drive. It's actually physically a part of my C drive, but it is a separate partition, and it's named the X drive. The reason I'm telling you that is because do not go to another drive where you have Steam loaded up. That's not where you're going to find this. You have to go to Bannerlord on C program files. I think it's program files, not program 86. And if you will do that, regardless of where you have your Steam games loaded or where you have Steam saved, if you will just go to the C drive and find the Bannerlord folder, inside that you're going to find a terrain data folder. It might be a subfolder of a subfolder. So look for terrain or graphics inside the Bannerlord folder, maybe. And this is where Google would help you. If you'll Google this, you can find the instructions. The actual developers of this game, if I read this thread right, this is their suggestion, because the guy had the same complaint I did. He had colored smoke, right? The dust particles they were colored. For me, it's green and red. And the developers responded and said, go to this folder on your C drive, the Bannerlord folder, find the terrain data folder and straight delete it. Just delete it. And I think that in combination with having your shader quality set to low is what will deal with that permanently. You won't have that problem anymore. Now, you might even run it with shader quality at high. I'm going to keep mine at low because I don't notice a big difference, if any. And so I figure it gives me more performance to have it at low. Okay, so there's that tidbit. The second thing when it comes to performance that I want to give a shot in this playthrough, and while I'm thinking about it, I need to get my timer going. Okay, timer started. Is I have slammed my frame limiter. Now, I've noticed I have to play with VSync on. So there's a couple ways that I could do this. I'm playing with VSync on because that keeps the screen from tearing in this map mode here. Whenever I move around, I don't get any screen tear as long as I have VSync on. Okay. If it's on half, it's iffy if it tears. So I actually have it on full. But you'll notice my frame limiter is slammed all the way to the left, and I'm frame limited at 30. And my FPS up here reflects that, 29 to 31, right? I have my refresh rate. I've seen conflicting things on whether to play at desktop resolution or play at 3840 by 2160. I think this one actually gives me the better performance. But the latest thing I saw was play at desktop resolution. So I'm just going to keep that. Now I'm going to hit cancel because I just want to keep everything set up the way that I had it. But I want to test this. I'll look at the recording afterwards, specifically in battles. I want to see if 30 FPS shows any visual difference for us, because it is having a huge difference on my graphical use. I shaved 50%. My GPU is being pushed 90 to 95% whenever I have this thing running at 60 FPS. And whenever I have it to 30 FPS, it drops it down to 48 to 50%. That's an enormous savings for me. So I'm gonna see what that does, because the map looks good. The map looks fine. All right, so that's talkie for this. In the last episode, we were raiding villages. We're trying to close out this war with Aserai. And what I want to do is I want to come up here. Now, I have an army already. I want to go ahead and open Kingdom. Well, let me not do that just yet. Okay, we're at Varagos Castles, where this army of Tenops is. We're going to go here to Danustica because we have prisoners to unload, and we have stuff to sell. Now, that's another thing I have learned. I would not do this in real life, and there does seem to be a penalty for it. And in the game, but I want to find out about the mechanic. How does this mechanic work in this game? And what I learned was that we can go to our party and we can come down here to prisoners, and we have an enemy noble, Nikasor, whom I will execute. And we have now had our relation decreased with a whole boatload of people, including some people that their names indicate they're part of the Empire. Now, whether they're part of the Northern, the Southern, or the Western, I don't know. But I think that nobles in general do not appreciate this. But remember, we didn't come up noble. We came up from the streets. And we looked around us and said, hey, there used to be some semblance of law and order, but this thing has completely fallen apart, and the looters are running everything, and the nobles haven't done a thing about it because they're all squabbling over who gets the throne. We're not really happy about that. So our guy is not necessarily, he's not bitter against the rich and the wealthy. He's not. He is more like, do your job. And we're in a war with another country. They want to take what ours. They already have. They have Poros. That doesn't belong to them. And so we're going to, like, it's like you know how I'm soft on the villages? I don't want to kill villagers. I'll raid the villages and take the economic strength from them, I guess. I mean, I can see the ripple effect there. Anyway, that pulls us into a philosophical discussion. But the nobles I hold to a much higher standard. I kind of let the serfs go, because the serfs, remember in the couple episodes ago, I was saying they just work for whoever's there. They might be working for us down the road, but the nobles, they're in a position of authority. And so they get held to a higher accountability. So I want to see how that works out, because I'd like to start doing that on the regular and see how that works for us. It might be a terrible move. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade him to an elite cataphract. So we have 3 of those now. That's good. And let's see, go to Danustica. And I'm going to ransom the prisoners for 2,200. And then I'm going to trade. And I think I'm just going, let's see, is this a warhorse? It is not, but this Assyri is. So I'm going to keep that. And I don't think I need this striped leather harness. Well, yes, I am, because I also plan on getting more followers here pretty soon. All right, we're going to get 9,300 there. So 11.5 or so is what we made. It's nice money. We're making 60K. Or we have 60K. So now we're going, well, let me take a look also, because I want to start spending our money on useful stuff. And that means buying equipment. Imperial helmet with metal strips. It's tier 6 and it's 40 armor. Okay, they have a number of tier 6 items that seem to be 35 to 40 armor, so now it's about looks. I believe I like this one more. This is a heavy nasal helm over Imperial mail. It weighs 3.6, so it's a little bit lighter, but it has the same amount of armor. I don't know if that matters or not. This is the lightest one, made of bronze. But I'm going to go with this right here. So that's going to cost me 37K. Done. All right, go over here to character. Nope, go to inventory. And we're going to put that right there. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I like it. All right, now he's got, this is 18 armor versus, this one's also 18. And then Nadia should have much better. She's got something like what we have. Oh, that's cool. We look alike, husband and wife. When it comes to the helmet, she's blinged out on everything else. All right, I'm going to save this piece also because we are going to be getting more companions. Who I want a companion in charge of the infantry, one in charge of bows, and perhaps one in charge of the Bucellari. But the thing is, the Bucellari is probably going to be going away. I would rather have Imperial cataphracts. I think they can take care of themselves better. All right, let's hit done there. And with 16 minutes left, we will go north to Varagos Castle. Where are you at, Varagos? Up here. I think that's where Tanops is headed. We got 112 days of food left. Okay, now I feel safe about disbanding. Because we can't join another army when we have an army. Yeah, they're going to Varagos. So we're going to go to Varagos and join. I have 112 days of food. And 68 men. Doggone it. Alright, we're inbound. We got a total of 71 people. Varagos Castle was taken. Darn it. We didn't make it there in time. That's okay. We are still going to link up with this army. Am I moving? No, of course not. Ah! I am really lucky he didn't attack me. That was a knuckleheaded move. Can you please link up with this guy? Well, I don't know what's so difficult about this. Holy smokes, bro. All right. Jiminy cricket, that was like pulling teeth, man. We're 608 strong. We can vote for a new owner. We don't care. We don't have anybody voting for us. And it's been given to Akias. I think in the next war we're in, this is what we should be doing. We should be riding with these large armies and sieging castles. Where are we going? We're traveling to Garantor. Now we're traveling to Cestadium to defend. Okay. Cestadium. That's a little ways away. Okay, now we're moving to Poros. Oh, good. We should take Poros back. Go to Poros. Don't get distracted. Go to Poros. $93 days, 81 days, 76 days of food. Regalia of the Southern Empire signed a declaration of war against the Assyrii. Alright, the Assyrii should start to buckle here pretty soon. Dadgummit. Why can we not make up our... We really should have attacked Poros. Man, I can't wait till I'm a general and I can lead these multi-hundreds of armies. The army has been completely dispersed. Garios created an army. That was a complete waste of time for us guys. That's frustrating. Boy, wait till I'm in command and I can make the decisions. We'll get some stuff done. What is Garios doing? All these people are coming to join him. Join army. All right. We have 232 days of food. And we're now going to Garantor Castle to besiege it. It might behoove us to break off and get food. You can build up influence if an army is eating your food. We seem to be doing okay. We're holding steady. Oh no, it's going down. There's Rote. I missed what that message said. It said something about good job to the men. Let's leave army. Let's break out to Rote. And trade. They sell grain for cheap. Oh, 7,700. I can't afford that much. All right. The price is going up as I buy more, but that's okay. It was dirt cheap before. I'm at 50. Can I? Okay, holding shift allows me to increment that up better. I can carry up to 25, 30. I'm right at capacity, right there at 25, 26. That's 249 days worth of grain. We're spending about 2K. And we declared peace with the Aserai. Oh, because we just took down their main army. Interesting. Okay, well, look, I'm gonna keep the grain because I think Gyrios is not going to be at peace for long. In the meantime, with 7 minutes left, we're going to bounce back up here to Epicratia and clear out any bandits around the area. I need to get into a fight. I want to see how this 30 FPS looks. And if I'm going to fight bandits, they might as well be around the area that I'm at. That Meklavia castle's at. Sturgia declared war against Philandia. There, 67. 67 looters. That's a good test. That's going to be 71 versus 67. They're going to have 17 possible help. No. Okay. Well, we're going to attack.
Warrior! Shield fire! Those cavalry! After me!
Do I have any high ground? I have some.
Move out! Infantry! Forward! Footmen, hear me! On me!
I'm going to have the horse archers follow me as well. All right.
Bows!
Move bows more to the crest.
Onwards!
Okay. Now, something I've seen somebody else on YouTube do that I'm going to test out myself is he puts everybody under their own command. Once these guys get close enough that he wants them to go ahead and start taking action.
Footmen! Follow your sergeant! Bowmen! Follow your sergeant! Mount! Command is yours! Footmen! Sergeant! You are on command!
All right. Oh. Let's see if we can level up the sword a little bit. Now, a lot of this spinning around and stuff, that's not frame skipping. That's just the game and my control of the mouse. Too far away. Oh man, I'm surprised I missed him. What? Lies. Cavalry's hunting everybody down. I'm gonna want to see, look, like nobody, they're all hunting people down. When you put them under their own command, they continue to pursue the enemy. Now I'm kind of just watching this. We're at 30 FPS. And I'm going to want to compare this to other videos I have at 60 FPS and see if there's a dang difference, because saving 50% performance is a serious jump. Was that one of my guys I saw out here? Look at that blood pile. Oh man. Surprisingly, I've never really surveyed the battlefield afterwards. But I've never put my guys under their own management either. They aggressively pursued. Look at this. They ran dudes down. This is probably the way I should have been doing this from the beginning. Look at them run. Is that one of mine? No. All right. Now, the other thing I like about the fact that I've shaved 50% performance, let me look at my... Yeah, I'm running at 43%, is that it gives room for growth. Is that the wrong term? You guys probably know what I'm trying to say. It gives me a buffer space for whenever we're having huge 600 men versus 600 men castle sieges. You know, with the settings that I have my settings are crazy. I have unlimited body count, unlimited ragdolls, all of that, you know. Well, there was a lot of pop-in with the trees over there. This is a nice fall scene. I find myself appreciating it because where I'm at, we kind of jumped from summer straight into winter. We had maybe a week that I could call fall. And then bam, it was a sleet storm followed by snow. We got like 6 inches of snow, man. And I like snow. I'm not complaining. I like this time of the year. I like it. But man, that dude's got a spear in his chest. It's not a spear. I forget what we call it. It's a thrown weapon. It's like a javelin. And an arrow in his hip. Can you imagine being a warrior back in this day? This kind of pain? And sometimes people walked away from stuff like this. Like, that's a spear to the heart right there. But what if that was up above and just went through right under, like it shattered his collarbone? You could die from gangrene later on, but some of these dudes walked away from that stuff and healed up. I'm glad I live in it. You know, I get to experience this through a simulation. All right, let's end it. Tab out. We had no dead. One person leveled up. 67 kills, so nobody lived. Who had the most kills? The Palatine Guard, of course. That does make sense. Followed by the Buccellaries, because archers are just OP in this game. It's just the way it's designed. You know, it's how the mechanics work. Strong argument to be made. That's the case on the real battlefield too. Ranged is God, man. I had 7 kills. Where's the Cataphracts. They had 2 kills. Now they have only 3 people, so not bad, I suppose. All right, we're going to hit done. I got 2.4 morale for that. We will take the looters. We will take the looters' stuff. Our capacity has been exceeded. I will chase these guys down. Oh, there's many people. Many people. I will send the troops. Done. Take the looters. Take all this because it's because of all the grain I'm carrying. All right, then we're going to go back to Epicratia. We're going to sell, and then we're going to close this episode out. Okay, so we're going to trade. I'm going to protect the grain, and I'm going to sell everything else. Then I'm going to go to the Tavern District, and I'm going to ransom prisoners. All right, that puts me at 16.9k. Now we're going to save as, and it's going to be current too. Alrighty then. In the next episode, we're going to, well, I tell you what, off screen, I'm going to clean up bandits. Excuse me. I'm going to clean up bandits around our area and probably check in on the castle and see how it's doing. And then we're going to start looking at getting more companions and hopefully maybe investing in some trade caravans. That'll be new. Speaking of which, how's our shops doing? You know, we'll see how they go. We have room for one more, but I want to see if trade caravans will do even more for us. Okay, so I've saved as. Again, I am Aesop Grimm, and again, if you want to see this game more in the future, I am in a period where over the next several months I'm really just going to be canvassing the audience and imploring you to hit like or a comment if you want to see that game featured on the channel more in the future. Briefly, I'll tell you, this isn't a quick decision. It's getting your votes in place so I can look at that here pretty shortly and have an idea of which games I want to do multiple chronicles in. And the reason I say that is because I've already got a load of games I'm thinking of getting to in the future. What is on the docket? Stellaris is on the docket. Subnautica 2 is on the docket. Elite Dangerous is on the docket. What else that I have? Two more. So like I'm going through a whole bunch. There's a bunch of science fiction games, sci-fi / space-based games that I've got in mind. And then there's 2 simulators I'm thinking of. So I'm going to get all this out. So I've mentioned Elite Dangerous. I've mentioned Subnautica 2. I've mentioned Stellaris. 2 games that I would need to purchase are Outer Worlds. I'm interested in playing that. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Destiny 2 Beyond Light is on the docket. My brother has successfully gotten me interested enough in that game. It's not my favorite game to play, but it fills a niche that's similar to Crusader Kings 3 in that it's a nice game to play alongside the other games I'm featuring. It's fun. It's something I can unwind in, and I like recording. I like the recording experience behind it. It might be one of those games that I stream a lot because I'm starting to get an idea also of which games do I want to stream and which games do I want to play offline. That's still an area. It's very soupy for me. I don't have any clear ideas there, but I think I do have. There's going to be certain games that I feel are more social and palatable to audience input, and there's going to be some, and it might be down to playthrough, rather than game type, but there might be some that are more palatable to me doing without any audience input, and I just stay focused on a story I'm trying to develop or something like that. Those are all. This channel is very much under development, and I'm trying to kind of find my niche and find my style. So let's name those again, and then I'll give you the two other games that I'm thinking of. So it's Elite Dangerous. This is in no special order. It's as they come to mind. Elite Dangerous, Stellaris, Subnautica 2, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and Outer Worlds. Then, on top of that, I'm starting to get a real itch to return to a game that I dabbled with in the past. Two games that I dabbled with in the past back when they were new franchises. They are no longer new franchises, and one of them is not even made anymore. The one that's not made anymore, Silent Hunter. And I am arguing with myself over whether to play Silent Hunter 4 with the Trigger Maru overhaul mod, or play Silent Hunter 5 with the Wolves of the what is it called? The Steel Wolves overhaul mod, I think is what it's called. Wolves of Steel, TWAS, the Wolves of Steel overhaul mod. I will be really, really blunt. Silent Hunter 5 looks, I mean, it's theoretically it's supposed to be more advanced, right? And it seems to be the more popular one. But I like the idea of playing as Americans. I'm not going to hide that fact. You know? And I understand that you get the full spectrum of submarine warfare and a much greater challenge when you're playing as the Nazis, because I guess you got to say this in a weird way these days because people are funny about history. I don't get that. Like you better toughen up, son. This happened, you know, and we're supposed to know about that, but for whatever reason, it's become a trouble word. And we can do that, and I did that with the first Silent Hunter, you know, but that fight out there in the Pacific is interesting, and it's got a gorgeous exterior. I think prettier than Silent Hunter 5. So there's that. I'm not promising a thing, guys. Not a thing am I promising. I'm saying we might, right? That'll be down the road. But the other one that is a little bit stronger of a we might, but is still a we might, is IL-2 Battle of Stalingrad. And if I like it, then the Baden Plot expansion for it is a real possibility. And I know that's way different from the games that I've played so far, but at that point in time, this channel will have featured all the kinds of games that I really like to invest myself into. I like strategy games like Crusader Kings 3 and Stellaris. I guess you call them grand strategy. I like tactical strategy games like Total War. I like RPG-based games like Skyrim, and I like simulators. Simulators are probably the first kind of game that I got into. Whenever I started playing computer games, that's kind of what I got a computer for. And it's really tailed off lately. I've been much more into RPG, but at any rate, that's a snapshot of what we probably got coming to this channel. And those are the games that I have that I'd like to work through. But then over the coming months, I'm going to have second chronicles in games like Bannerlord, if that's what the audience is saying. But that's going to be up to you guys. And you're going to have to find a way to let me know. I don't know of any other ways. Eventually, I'll be using Twitter to throw a poll out there, but that's more like whenever you have enough participation to warrant it. You have like 500 followers or something like, you know, Christopher Odd does stuff like that, but he's got a legionary army of people to vote. I'm not there yet. So where I'm at is leave a comment or leave a like, And that'll kind of let me know which way the wind is blowing on some of these games. And we'll play those more often, you know. So anyway, that's my pitch, that's my explanation, that's a snapshot of what's coming up in the future. I will see you guys in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting Aesop Grimm's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.